Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking open the playbook of Metro Delivery Company. They're a B2B delivery service that's absolutely exploding with growth, and it's all thanks to automation. We're going to break down the engine they've built to manage, well, everything, from a single package to a whole fleet of trucks, and reveal the logic behind their logistics. All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with how a business even gets on board. Then we'll see how they schedule a shipment, peek behind the curtain at how trucks and payments get handled, and then we'll wrap up by looking at what's next for MDC. So first up, who is Metro Delivery Company? Well, they specialize in same-day in-city shipments for other businesses, all centered in Massachusetts for now. They're already in 3 major cities, but believe me, they have their sights set on a much, much bigger map. To handle that kind of growth, you can't just hire more people to answer phones. You need a system. So they're building a fully automated platform to manage the entire life cycle of a delivery. The goal? To scale up without breaking a sweat, from the very first click to the final invoice. So how does a business get started? Well, it all begins with joining the network. To see how it works, let's follow a brand new fictional partner we'll call City Florists as they sign up. The very first thing they have to do is choose a membership tier. Now, this isn't just about the price of the 6-month fee. This is about buying priority. As you're about to see, the tier you choose completely changes how you experience the service. It's like buying your way to the front of the line. Next up, City Florists has to pick a pricing plan, and this is where things get really interesting. See, anyone can get this simple flat rate pricing, but look at that tiered model. It's only for gold members. The more you ship, the cheaper it gets. It's MDC's secret weapon for locking in their most valuable, high-volume customers. Okay, now we're getting to the heart of the operation, scheduling an actual delivery. This is where that membership level really matters. Think of it as a daily race for truck space. And yeah, some members get a serious head start. This timeline just lays it all out, doesn't it? Gold members are basically first-class passengers. They book their space before 1 p.m. the day before, and it's guaranteed. Then, at 2 p.m., the system does its magic, calculates every last bit of remaining space, and opens the floodgates for everyone else to fight over the leftovers. You might be wondering, how on earth does a computer manage physical space in a truck? Well, it translates every single package into a simple metric, a capacity unit. It's a standard value based on size and weight, and it becomes the universal language for all cargo in the system. And the magic number for a standard MDC truck is 64. 64 units. The entire game, every single day, is about filling up as much of that 64-unit capacity as possible to make every single trip profitable. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Just look at the timeline. The gold members book early, locking in more than half the truck before the 1 p.m. deadline. This gives MDC a guaranteed, predictable revenue base for the day. Then, the rest of the space gets filled up by silver and bronze members, maximizing that truck's profit down to the last few units. Okay, so partners are booking space, we get that. But where do these trucks actually come from? The system doesn't just pull them out of thin air. It uses a really sophisticated and fair method to get them from different vendors. It all starts with a quality score from the Global Truck Rating System, or GTRS. Think of it like a Yelp rating for trucking companies. Every vendor gets a score, and MDC's algorithm automatically gives first dibs to the vendors with the best ratings. It's a simple way to make sure partners get the most reliable trucks. Now, here's the really clever part. The assignment process is what you'd call a round robin. The system goes down the list of top-rated vendors, giving each of them 1 truck assignment before anyone gets a second. It's an automated way to spread the work around fairly and keep any single vendor from dominating. All right, the package has been delivered. Job's done, right? Not quite. Now it's time for the final piece of the automated puzzle, handling the money. This is where the system closes the loop on the entire transaction. This workflow is a perfect example of how MDC balances the robots with the humans. The system does all the heavy lifting, it generates the invoice, it applies the standard discounts, but the local city manager gets the final look, and they have the power to add an extra little discount before it goes out the door. And check out these default discounts. This is another one of those key perks that makes the higher tiers so attractive. By tying the discounts to both your membership level and how much you spend, MDC creates this powerful incentive for businesses to put all their eggs in one basket, their basket. Now, you have to understand, this whole incredible system It's not just for their business in Massachusetts today. It is being built from the ground up to handle a much bigger and way more complex future. They're playing the long game here. So the first big challenge they're thinking about is flexibility. I mean, can an algorithm that's built for nice, neat, standardized boxes handle the total chaos of a consumer moving service? You know, with couches and weirdly shaped lamps and all that? The entire way they think about data might have to change. Next up, there's the paperwork nightmare. Expanding across the country means the invoicing system can't just slap on one tax rate. No, it's got to navigate this tangled web of different state and local tax laws, and it has to do it automatically for every single payment. And finally, how do you add even more value for your best customers? For those gold partners like our city florists who might ship the same orders every single day or week, automating recurring shipments seems like the obvious next step to make the service so sticky they'd never dream of leaving. This quote from one of their own internal documents really says it all. This entire massive automation project isn't about just keeping things running. It's about building a system that can handle tomorrow's explosive growth. And that leaves us with the big fundamental question at the heart of systems like this. Right now, MDC has this nice balance between its algorithm and a human manager. But as automation gets smarter and more powerful, that balance is going to shift. The real question for the future of logistics is, where does that balance finally land? Thanks for watching The Explainer.